Welcome back, my friends, to the motorbike show that never ends. It's hello from Himmy, hello from him, and hello from... Oh, where's she gone? Where's she gone? Here she is under the trailer. She's smart. Say hi to the folks. Hi to the folks. That's a good girl. Yeah, so what are we doing today? We're balancing tyres today. That's what we're doing. That's a balancing act. Okay, so we've got the A1 tyre fitted on the rear. I've already done the front one. A couple of problems I encountered. There is no balancing marks on this tyre to show you where the lightest part of the carcass is. Most tyres have a little light coloured dot here. In this case, on the Seat tyre, it's a circle. There's another one on the rear, right there, although it's very faint. So these Seats that were the original fitment on the Himalayan, they're fine. They're absolutely fine tyres. I recommend them. They're good, but they're not really off-road orientated. But for road work, absolutely great. This one has just got about 2,200 kilometers wear on it. I don't know if you can see. So not wearing too bad. It's quite soft rubber. But then I am a big guy, so I suppose I do load the bike down. Right. Oh, what can I say about the A1s? Yes, they don't have a balancing mark on them. And I've had to add quite a bit of weight to this tyre. Another problem I've had with this Himalayan is the spindle size on the rear is small. The front was the usual 20mm, but this is smaller and wouldn't fit on my my homemade tyre changing machine. So this is a 19mm spindle, yeah. And so I could get the front one, I couldn't get the rear one on. I'm going to have to make another one, a smaller diameter. I can take it out here and bolt it in, no big deal. But yeah, this is something I made one day. And for tubeless tyres, it's fantastic, it works a treat. But I couldn't use it on the rear, so I had to do the old-fashioned way with the dreaded tyre levers. Now, this tyre is quite stiff. With a tyre like the one that's on this bike, which is a Michelin Road 5, they're quite soft and they're a relatively easy tyre to mount. These are not. And I get a bit disappointed because I didn't want the Heidenauer or the Mitas, because I've heard that they're very hard tyres to mount, and if I had to do a tyre repair on the road, I was a bit concerned, because ordinarily these are the tyre levers that I carry. They're quite short and they're not too bad, but with this tyre here I had to resort to my big levers. And if I had three hands, I would have been able to do it with that, but try as I might, as I was pushing it over the rim with one lever, it would be coming off on the other side, and there was no way that I could hold it on. I got one of these bead holders, but on these very thick tubeless rims, this won't fit, so that's a bloody nuisance. In the end, I resorted to the jolly old zip tie trick, and that worked actually. So a bunch of heavy duty reusable zip ties are going to go in my toolbox. I take about a dozen, the more the merrier. They do work. If you can squash the tyre down with the zip ties, you can get it on the rim. Fortunately, the Himalayan has got quite a deep well in the middle, so you've got somewhere to put the rim of the tyre. Right, okay. So I use these I believe they're Motion Pro wheel weights, the self-adhesive. You peel off the blue bit at the back. Sorry, I'm in direct sunlight and my bloody phone screen is not showing me anything, so I'm going guesswork. So I load up the tyre, but I don't stick them on permanently. I put them on a piece of insulating tape until I know where they're going to be, and then when I'm done I stick them on. So something like that. Those are on permanently. Yes, it took a lot of weight to balance this tyre and it's still not perfect, but I'm sick of it, so it's going to have to be like this. If it was on a 150 horsepower bike, I'd probably demount the tyre, mark the heavy point, demount the tyre and refit it, but I just can't be bothered with that malarkey. I don't think this Himalayan is going to stress this tyre anyway, or the tyre is not going to stress the Himalayan, whichever. Anyways, where's my tape gone? Yeah, so what I do is when I'm balancing, you know, I'll spin the wheel and say if it stops there, that's my heavy point. So then I'll stick a bit of tape on the light point, spin it around, add a weight and repeat, and then say that's the heavy point. Then I'll put a bit of tape up there, spin around, and usually you put all your weight in one spot like that, and this is probably the most weight I've ever put on a tyre. That wasn't exactly right, so I've had to add a little bit of weight here. If I had a fancy machine it would tell me precisely what to do, but at the moment I have to go by instinct and experience. And yeah, that is not perfect, but when you bring it to rest, it will, if you give it enough time, it will stay in different positions. I would do it a long demonstration, but I don't think you got half an hour to watch, and I've been at this half of yesterday evening till I got sick of it, and then this morning I came out and I'm working in the hot midday sun. I'm bloody, well, I've been here for an hour or more. I'm bloody sick of this tyre, I tell you. So anyway, there we go. That's as good as it's going to get as far as I'm concerned. Yeah, the front one was a piece of cake compared to the back one, which wasn't all that easy. So there we are. We have the tyre mounted, the tyre balanced. The next thing to do is to put it back on the bike. The front's already on, and then we'll take it for a spin. You can see the depth of the tread, more than my little finger, so quite a chunky rear. Yeah, there we go. So one mounted tyre, and as I want to say, keep the rubber side down, the shiny bits up. Just goodbye from the Himmy, goodbye from him, and goodbye from Sasha Dog in the shade. What do you say, Sasha? Give me a biscuit. There you go. So until next time, take care of yourselves, look after one another, and try to keep a balanced view of things. Until next time, goodbye.